Gaze upward on a clear night, and you'll see pinpoints of light, each one a world unto itself, a planet waltzing through the void on its own perfect path. Yet these distant orbs are far more than celestial scenery. They are the silent choreographers of our lives, pulling tides, tuning our inner clocks, and even influencing the rhythms of our hearts and minds. From the moon's gentle tug on our oceans to Jupiter's magnetic shield against deadly cosmic rays, science shows us just how entwined we are with these planetary neighbors. Long before telescopes pierced the heavens, sages and seers across civilizations looked skyward and wove rich narratives around these wandering lights. In the ancient Vedas, the sun was Surya, life-giver and eye of the cosmos. The moon was Chandra, ruler of emotion and mind. Before the first dawn illuminated the temple courtyards of ancient Vedas, seers sat beneath moonlit skies, mapping the dance of 9 shining Grahas. The planetary deities they knew not merely as distant worlds, but as living intelligences whose rhythms pulsed through every heartbeat on Earth. They saw in Surya, or sun's morning radiance, the spark of the soul. In Chandra, the moon's gentle glow, the tides of the mind. In Mangal, or Mars's fiery glow, the warrior's courage. In Buddha, or Mercury's quicksilver motion, the weaver of thoughts. In Brihaspati, the Jupiter's expansive light, the teacher of Dharma. In Shukra, or Venus, luminous beauty, the artist's muse. And in Sani, or Saturn's slow, steady orbit, the stern yet compassionate master of time. Beyond these 7, the shadow planets Rahu and Ketu stood as gatekeepers to desire and liberation, forever marking the soul's journey between attachment and release. Long before telescopes and transits charts, the Vedic RSIs intuited that our destinies, character, health, and even the hidden currents of cosmic karma were woven from the precise alignment of these 9 planets or grahas at the moment of birth, and ever afterward as they traversed the sky. Each position, each aspect was a note in a grand symphony of cause and effect, guiding kings to victory, farmers to sow at the perfect season, and seekers to moments of awakening. Today, we turn the pages of the ancient books, revisit the hymns of the Rig Veda, and listen to the epic tales of the Mahabharata, to rediscover how ancient Hindu wisdom taught us to read the planets as living allies and stern teachers. We'll hear stories of emperors empowered by Jupiter's grace, of poets inspired by Venus's harmony, of sages humbled by Saturn's trials, and learn how their journeys mirror our own. Prepare to embark on a voyage that bridges sky and soul, revealing how the movements of distant worlds continue to shape every breath, every choice, and every unfolding moment of your life. Prepare to unlock the hidden dialogue between you and the heavens. Welcome to How Planets Shape Human Life, Ancient Wisdom. Let the voyage begin. The Vedic worldview, Grahas and Karma. In Vedic astrology, or Jyotisha, the cosmos is a living organism. The 9 planets, or Grahas, Surya, Sun, Chandra, Moon, Mangala, Mars, Buddha, Mercury, Brihaspati, Jupiter, Shukra, Venus, Sani, Saturn, Rahu, North Node, and Ketu, South Node, are not dead masses, but sentient deities whose positions at birth and throughout life modulate our karma, actions, and dharma, duty. By mapping their placements in the 12 bhavas, houses, and 27 nakshatras, lunar mansions, the ancients prescribed remedies, mantras, gemstones, ritual offerings to harmonize any discord and amplify benefic influences. 1. Surya, sun, the self and sovereignty. In Vedic tradition, sun is revered as the visible form of the Supreme Spirit, the soul's own light, whose daily journey across the sky sustains every living being. He is the father figure, the sovereign ruler who dispels darkness with his brilliance and empowers us with courage and self-worth. When sun energy is robust in your life, you awaken each day with a buoyant sense of purpose. Your voice carries conviction, and you naturally step into leadership roles. Whether that means inspiring colleagues at work, guiding friends through challenges, or simply standing tall in the face of life's storms. Physiologically, sun correlates with the heart, eyes, spine, and vitality. Just as sunlight fuels photosynthesis in plants, sun energy ignites your metabolic fire, regulates your circadian rhythms, and nourishes your psychological warmth. Ancient Ayurvedic texts describe how a deficit of solar prana may manifest as chronic fatigue, low appetite, or depressive tendencies, while excess solar influence can lead to irritability, hypertension, or a domineering temperament. Thus, honoring Surya becomes a holistic practice, cultivating physical health, mental clarity, and emotional balance in unison. Mythologically, the Rig Veda portrays Surya as a gallant charioteer, he who spreads his rays like 1,000 banners, heralding the dawn of truth and dispelling ignorance. Stories of King Hasa and Emperor Vikrama highlight how a powerful sun signature granted them radiant charisma and unshakable resolve to establish just rule. Yet the sages also warn, an ego inflated by unchecked solar pride can burn one's relationships and inner peace. Hence, true sun worship is not about self-aggrandizement, but about serving the greater good, shining your light to uplift others without seeking personal accolades. 2. Chandra, moon, the mind and emotions. In Vedic astrology, Chandra, the moon, is celebrated as the sovereign of the mind, manas, and the ruler of our innermost emotional world. Just as the lunar cycle waxes and wanes, so too do our moods, intuitions, and subconscious currents rise and fall under Chandra's gentle influence. When moon energy is balanced and harmonious, you experience emotional stability, vivid imagination, and a deep capacity for empathy. You feel nourished by simple comforts, home, family, soothing rituals, and are naturally attuned to the rhythms of those around you. In contrast, a weakened or afflicted moon can manifest as anxiety, insomnia, oversensitivity, or a sense of restlessness, reflecting a mind tossed by unseen currents. Physiologically, ancient Ayurvedic texts associate Chandra with fluids, the lymphatic system, bodily hydration, and the health of the brain and nervous system. Just as the moon controls Earth's tides, it is believed to regulate the ebb and flow of water in our bodies, impacting everything from menstrual cycles to fluid retention. Medical treatises, like the Karaka Samhita, link lunar imbalance to digestive disturbances, edema, and psychosomatic disorders such as melancholia. Traditional healers therefore emphasize moon phase timing for therapies, full moon nights for restorative treatments, and new moon periods for detoxification. Mythologically, Chandra appears in the Rig Veda as a youthful, nectar-drinking deity, the golden-haired Soma, whose luminous grace bestows beauty and creativity. Legends tell how Chandra's love for the divine nectar granted him radiance, but also led to his gradual waning when he neglected the goddess Rohinul, symbolizing the importance of nurturing relationships and self-care. 3. Mangal, Mars, courage and drive. In the tapestry of Vedic cosmology, Mangal, the red-hurled planet, is revered as the celestial embodiment of strength, courage, and transformative action. He is the divine warrior whose fiery energy ignites our ambition, propels us forward, and pushes us to conquer life's battles, both outer and inner. When Mars's force is well integrated, you move through the world with assertive clarity, unafraid to take decisive steps, tackle obstacles head-on, and inspire others with your resolute will. Yet if that red flame becomes untamed, impatience, aggression, or reckless impulsivity can erupt, much like a wildfire that consumes both forest and hearth. Physiologically, Mars correlates to the musculoskeletal system, blood, and adrenal activity. Ancient Ayurvedic texts link Mangal's vigor to robust circulation, muscular strength, and the proper functioning of the Agna, digestive fire. A Mars deficiency may manifest as chronic fatigue, sluggish circulation, or poor muscle tone, whereas excess Mars can present as hypertension, inflammation, or a tendency toward accidents and injuries. Traditional healers therefore advise balancing practices, cooling herbs like coriander to soothe inflammation, and grounding foods such as barley to moderate excess heat. Mythology paints Mars as the valiant Bhagavan Angaraka, whose red hue derives from his residence on the battlefield of Mahakala, the Great Destroyer. He is the patron of heroes like Arjuna, whose unparalleled skill with the bow reflected Mars's precise focus and fearless determination. 4. Buddha, Mercury, intellect and communication. In the Vedic pantheon, Buddha, the planet Mercury, is revered as a celestial scribe, the fleet-footed messenger who bridges thought and expression, analysis and action. His silvery light animates the mind's circuitry, coloring the way we process information, articulate ideas, and engage in commerce and negotiation. When Buddha's influence is balanced, you possess quick wit, adaptability, and clarity of speech. You learn languages with ease, excel in writing or teaching, and navigate complex social interactions with finesse. But when Buddha is debilitated or challenged by other planetary forces, you may experience scattered thoughts, miscommunication, or even nervous tension and digestive upsets. Physiologically, Buddha corresponds to the nervous system, respiratory passages, and digestive processes. Ancient Ayurvedic texts liken Mercury's mercurial nature to Vata-Pitta imbalances, agitating both air and fire elements, resulting in symptoms such as indigestion, ulcers, or tremors when in excess, and sluggishness or mental fog when deficient. Traditional healers therefore recommend grounding spices like fennel and coriander to soothe the gut, and calming herbs such as licorice for vata pacification, ensuring the mind-body network remains nimble yet stable. Mythologically, Buddha is described in the Rig Veda as the son of the moon, Chandra, and the spiritual preceptor, Brihaspati or Jupiter, combining lunar receptivity with Jupiterian wisdom. This lineage grants Mercury a unique alchemy, the ability to translate expansive insights into precise language. Tales speak of the sage Buddha mastering all 49 branches of knowledge overnight, enabling him to serve as divine herald to deities and mortals alike. 5. Brihaspati, Jupiter, wisdom and expansion. In Vedic cosmology, Brihaspati, the planet Jupiter, is honored as the wise guru of the gods and the celestial fountain of expansion, ethics, and spiritual growth. His golden light blesses us with optimism, generosity, and the ability to see the big picture. When Jupiter's energy flows harmoniously, you feel inspired by higher ideals, attract mentors and supportive communities, and experience steady progress in education, career, and personal development. Conversely, a weakened or afflicted Jupiter can manifest as overindulgence, dogmatism, or a loss of direction, when boundless potential becomes ungrounded fantasy. Physiologically, Jupiter governs the liver, fatty tissues, and the vascular system, as well as the production of hormones that regulate growth and metabolism. Ayurvedic scholars relate Brihaspati's beneficence to the kapha element, nourishing, stabilizing, and bolstering immunity. A healthy Jupiter supports strong digestion, balanced blood sugar, and robust vitality. When out of balance, one may suffer weight fluctuations, sluggishness, or digestive sluggishness. Traditional remedies include sipping warm water, infused with turmeric and licorice, to enhance metabolic fire, practicing gentle backbends in yoga to stimulate the liver center, and incorporating bitter greens to clear toxins. Mythologically, Jupiter appears in the Rig Veda as the sage whose counsel guided gods and heroes alike. He is the teacher of Indra, the king of gods and the priest of the Devas, embodying the principle that true power is rooted in wisdom and ethical conduct. The epic author Vyasa, whose Jupiter was exalted in Sagittarius, stands as a living testament. His prodigious intellect and expansive vision brought forth the Mahabharata and the Puranas, works that continue to guide seekers through Dharma's complexities. Yet even Brihaspati warns against arrogance. An overbright Jupiter can blind one to life's practical details, leading to misplaced faith or moralizing judgment. Sixth Shukra, Venus, love and beauty. In the rich tapestry of Vedic cosmology, Shukra, the planet Venus, is venerated as the celestial artist, the radiant planet whose presence infuses life with sensuality, creativity, and the pleasure of the senses. Shukra governs our tastes, both literal and aesthetic, shaping how we experience love, art, music, and the finer comforts of existence. When Venus's energy is balanced, you move through life with grace and charm, effortlessly cultivating harmonious relationships, appreciating beauty in all forms, and expressing your own creative gifts. Yet when Shukra's influence is weakened or afflicted, you may encounter relationship discord, indulgent excesses, or difficulty experiencing joy, until you realign with Venus's gentle, unifying force. Physiological correlates. Vedic medical texts associate Shukra with the reproductive system, adrenal glands, and the sensory organs, particularly the eyes and the skin. Venus's kapha-governed nature nurtures bodily fluids and lubrication, supporting fertility and sensual well-being. A thriving Shukra fosters healthy reproductive function, radiant skin, and a balanced hormone system. Its deficiency can manifest as dryness, reproductive challenges, or a lack of pleasure in sensory experiences. Seventh Sani, Saturn, discipline and Dharma. In the Vedic cosmos, Sani, the planet Saturn, is revered as the great taskmaster, whose slow, deliberate orbit embodies the principle of time, responsibility, and karmic justice. Whereas faster-moving planets deliver bursts of energy or insight, Sani's patient vigilance brings lessons through delays, tests, and steadfast effort, forging resilience and character under pressure. When Saturn's force is balanced in your life, you develop unwavering perseverance, deep humility, and a strong sense of duty. You honor commitments and steadily build lasting foundations. Yet when Sani's influence is imbalanced or afflicted, you may experience chronic obstacles, fear of failure, or a heavy burden of obligation that stifles joy and creativity, until you learn to embrace its teachings. Ancient Ayurvedic texts link Saturn to the bones, teeth, skin, and the nervous system's grounding channels. As the planet of structure and support, Sani governs our skeletal framework and the integrity of connective tissues. A well-functioning Saturn manifests in strong bones, healthy teeth, and balanced nerve conduction. A challenged Saturn can show up as arthritis, dental decay, or neurological stiffness, tension headaches, chronic muscle tightness. 8. Rahu, North Lunar Node, ambition and innovation. In Vedic cosmology, Rahu is not a physical body, but the north lunar node, the ascending point where the moon's orbit intersects the ecliptic. Yet in the ancient tradition, he is honored as a potent Graha, the cosmic trickster whose restless energy drives us toward worldly ambition, unconventional breakthroughs, and the edges of experience. Under Rahu's influence, boundaries dissolve. You may feel electrified by new technologies, entranced by novel ideas, or compelled to seek fame and excitement. But unchecked, that same drive can devolve into obsession, anxiety, or addictive behaviors, chasing ever-elusive thrills that leave the heart unsatisfied. Physiologically, Rahu's shadowy force is often reflected in our autonomic nervous system, particularly the fight-or-flight response, and in patterns of addiction and compulsive behavior. Modern researchers speculate that lunar cycles and eclipse phenomena, Rahu's cosmic signature, can subtly influence melatonin levels, sleep cycles, and mood regulation. Ancient Ayurvedic physicians observed that imbalances tied to Rahu manifest as nervous disorders, insomnia, or sudden cravings, advising grounding therapies such as warm oil head massages and calming herbal teas to stabilize the psyche's fluctuating currents. 9. Ketu, South Lunar Node. Detachment and insight. In Vedic cosmology, Ketu, the descending lunar node, is revered as the counterpart to Rahu, representing the tail of the cosmic serpent. Although not a physical planet, Ketu wields potent influence over our subconscious, past life residues, and the deep impulse toward renunciation and spiritual awakening. Under Ketu's sway, you may experience sudden insights, mystical visions, or a profound sense of disconnection from material pursuits. Yet if unbalanced, Ketu can lead to confusion, escapism, or a pervasive sense of aimlessness, like wandering in a fog without a guiding star. By understanding these 9 forces as energies to honor, balance, and work with, you align your life with the ancient Hindu vision of a living cosmos, where each planet is both guide and guardian on your path of growth. And so, we have journeyed through the cosmic workshop of ancient Hindu wisdom, honoring each Graha, Sun's sovereign radiance, Moon's gentle tides, Mars's warrior spark, Mercury's silver-tongued intellect, Jupiter's guiding light, Venus's harmonious beauty, Saturn's steadfast discipline, and the karmic pulls of Rahu and Ketu. These celestial intelligences are not remote symbols, but living allies and teachers, whose energies pulse through our bodies, minds, and destinies. By aligning with their rhythms through sunrise salutations and moonlit meditations, mantra and ritual, artful devotion and humble service, we transform the movements of distant worlds into daily opportunities for growth, clarity, and awakening. Remember, each planet invites you to cultivate its highest gifts and to master its challenges, guiding you along the path of Dharma toward your greatest potential. If this exploration of the 9 planetary forces spoke to you, please like, share, and subscribe to Journey and Happiness for more deep dives into timeless Vedic insights paired with breathtaking 4K visuals. Hit the bell and let us know in the comments which Graha or planets you wish to honor today and how you'll weave its energy into your life. Until our next voyage among the stars, may your path be illuminated by the luminous wisdom of the cosmos.